Tonight, from across Australia and around the world, it's time to look back and unpack the week from the cheap seats. With special guests, showbiz royalty Angela Bishop, comedian Sam Garliff and tram driving champion Craig Marr. And now, here are your hosts, Tracina and Tim McDonald.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us in the cheap seats.
Great to have your company as we look back on another busy week.
With very special guest co-host Tracina. Lovely to see you, MT.
Lovely to see you, Tim.
Thank you for filling in. Sadly, Mel's not here this week. She made some comments about the Indian community that just... Anyway, she's been demoted to the back bench. We'll see her soon. No, Mel's on holiday. She'll be back in a couple of weeks. So lovely to see you.
Great to see you.
What's happening this week? Where do we start?
Breaking this Monday,
ANZ will pay a record $240 million penalty
for widespread misconduct.
Yeah, it's the largest fine ever from ASIC, not the runner brand. $240 million.
Yes, plus a 1.5% credit surcharge.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they only had loan approval for 20 mil, so...
Yes, exactly. We're not all homeowners, mate, so nice use of the terminology. This was damning news, presented by reporters who all look like they work at ANZ, by the way, which was a nice touch.
So ANZ have been fined.
I mean, seriously, how bad could it be?
the bank has admitted to charging fees to dead customers.
And the CEO, Nuno Matos, says some of our failings occurred when our customers were at their most vulnerable.
I reckon if you're awaiting cremation, that may be your most vulnerable.
Yeah. The offending was described by ASIC.
The ASIC chairman, in extraordinary language, says ANZ was both grubby and incompetent, and those are not words you expect to have said about a major bank.
How else would you describe a major bank? Friendly, easy to deal with.
Always open.
Yes.
Onshore jobs.
All right, mate, this isn't Sky News, all right? So the head of ASIC, Joe Longo, the man responsible for fining ANZ, he went on 7:30.
Would you bank with ANZ?
Actually, I do bank with ANZ.
Any doubts about that? Looking around for a different bank, maybe?
Well, that's not appropriate for me this evening to talk about my personal banking arrangements.
I think you just did, though.
Well played, Sarah. You got me there. Moving on now. Big news over the weekend.
The $12 billion AUKUS investment as the PM prepares for an expected meeting with Donald Trump.
This is the big AUKUS news.
The government announcing $12 billion over the next decade for naval shipbuilding in WA.
This was big news on Sunday. A huge day for defence.
Is that why you've come dressed as a member of the Army Reserve?
Thank you. Don't laugh at Don't applaud that. Don't applaud that. How dare you? This is Saddam Hussein for Calvin Klein, and it's beautiful. Anyway, it was a big day of news.
It interrupted ABC News.
Chrissy first noticed...
We're interrupting that story by Naz to take you to Henderson in Western Australia, where the Prime Minister is speaking.
Go back to the rabbit.
What
was the rabbit story? Not the only story it interrupted.
When it comes to healthy diets, there's certainly a lot more that we can be doing to ensure that all children...
Let's return to Henderson in Western Australia now.
Go back to the lunchbox. Can we have a look at that? All the major food groups.
Yep. Bad news for the rabbit.
Yeah.
Looks of it. It's a big investment for WA.
Certainly is.
Potentially overtaking agriculture as Western Australia's second biggest industry.
This would be huge. Of course, WA's number one industry is, of course, caged quokka fighting. And
Oh, actually, sorry, you just reminded me. I've got to put my bet on. Hang on, for which one? Sorry.
Who do you like this weekend?
I'm going for quokka shit.
OK, great.
I think he's going to win.
There we go. It all happened at the Henderson Naval Base in WA.
The Henderson Defence Precinct, south of Perth, is a key part of the AUKUS Pact.
Thank goodness that helmet's been labelled, because otherwise we would have absolutely no idea what that is. Anyway, you just can't be too careful. Can't be too careful. Moving on, and it was a busy week for the Prime Minister.
Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has arrived in Honiara as the Pacific Islands Forum kicks off.
Yes, he attended the Pacific Islands Forum and he made a good impression.
Certainly did.
After he rocked up in the wrong shirt to a climate treaty signing.
Yeah.
OK, this was a slightly awkward moment. Thankfully, though, he blended in. There they all there in blue. And you wouldn't notice the Prime Minister at all. You wouldn't notice him. Are you going to change to a blue jacket, by the way? You're in the wrong...
I came dressed as Elbow.
Yes, exactly. Lots to discuss in the Pacific. Of course, Australia are competing with China at the moment, trying to be the Pacific's preferred partner.
Anthony Albanese arrived here this morning and waiting for him on the tarmac, a gift from China. A fleet of luxury hybrid SUVs was sent over by China.
It's a car. You know, cars get you from A to B.
It was like gifted by China, not by Australia?
Cars get you from A to B, you know.
Cars get you from A to B.
Yes, it's worth reminding you. You forget the obvious ones.
You know, I think he was upset because the dealership didn't put a big bow on them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And by the way, if a Chinese car goes from an A to a B, their parents get very disappointed. Let's press on. What happened else for Albo?
After the summit, Albo returned to Queensland.
With a quick pit stop in Cairns after 3 days in the Pacific.
There we go, a beautiful welcome there from Barnaby Joyce's children,
Yep.
and that was a lovely touch.
Yeah, I think he was there to enforce no hat, no play.
No fun today,
Yeah.
exactly. Big news from the Coalition.
Coalition Senator Jacinta Nampijinpa-Price has been sacked from the Shadow Ministry.
That's Jane Azzopardi there, of course, respected journalist and broadcaster.
Exactly. Can we see her feet?
Oh my God, they're like hand feet.
She has interlocking toes.
Wow. Whatever, they get her from A to B. That's all that matters.
Exactly. You're so spot on. More news now.
Doomsday climate change report just in.
Oh, this is sounding good.
So this is Australia's first national climate risk assessment.
Has a lot to say.
It's more than 1,000 pages long, the report.
Yep. And we printed every single one of them. Just good for the environment.
So what's in the...
No, this is your Big Brother contract. Sorry. That is a lot of zeros. Anyway. Oh, those are the ratings. Sorry. So what is in these pages?
The number of heat-related deaths soar by 440%.
Now, there's a way to look at this. Obviously, you know, heat-related deaths sounds bad, but I choose to think of them as future ANZ customers. So, good news.
What else?
So coastal communities are particularly vulnerable to sea level rise, of course.
Yeah, residents in one coastal town are not happy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So moving on, the government is setting its 2035 climate target this week.
At the official press conference, Anthony Albanese was asked how high Australia's 2035 climate target will be.
It's impossible at this point to comment on hypothetical.
I reckon it'll be about as high as the guy behind him. That's sort of where I'm thinking.
I reckon the guy behind him doesn't need to worry about rising sea levels.
No,
He's
exactly.
going to be all right.
No, it's just good to see Mel Bracewell enjoying her holiday.
On that note, we've got to take a break.
We'll be back with our reporter of the week on the other side of this.
Why has this crystal-covered chair made the news this week?
I sat on it backwards and really connected with some inner-city youth.
Living outside of Australia, looking for the best place to watch Have You Been Paying Attention? Our YouTube channel is the place you're looking for. We're releasing brand new episodes for our overseas friends of the show.
So you guys are a couple, is that what it is?
On the official Have You Been Paying Attention YouTube channel. Subscribe today.